Hello Virgo, welcome to your late August reading. This is a reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising signs. This is a general spread, general reading. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Remember that you have free will and can change the course that you're moving, the course of direction that you're moving in at any time. Okay, Virgo, I have already pulled out a spread for you. I laid out the cards for you just to save some time so that we wouldn't, you didn't have to sit there and watch me shuffle. But I have not looked at them yet, so I will turn them around with you. In the meantime, before we do that though, I'm going to pull a Moonology card for you. Let's see what energies Virgo is looking at over the next few weeks. This is kind of, we're doing this at the end of August, so this will go kind of like mid-August, end August to mid-September. Spreads usually go about 3 weeks for me, this type of spread. Not really going to go any further than that. And, you know, tarot timing being weird. Not always the best indication of when something's going to happen. Okay, thank you, Spirit. What's the overall message for Virgo for the next few weeks, please? All right, Virgo, you got new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. It's time to take action. All right. This card also popped out for you. Disseminating moon. I'm not so concerned with the actual, you know, moon phases on the bottom as I am with the message behind the card. So you also got take time to breathe out. Very interesting. That card for me is a card of pausing, a card of allowing yourself to rest, a card of telling yourself that it's time to get in touch with your intuition, a time to mellow out a bit, a time to cut yourself some slack, and a time to, if things have been heated, if things are tense around you, really try to detach and look at the situation from a higher perspective, okay? Try to look at things from the other person's point of view. Take your own point of view seriously, and just try to remain calm, okay? It's time to take action, though. It looks like things are about to start moving for you. So let's see what the cards have to say, okay? We have, in the recent past, for you, Virgo, we have the Ace of Wands. Very nice. So the seed of something new coming in, some new activity, new desire, new will, new energy, just a whole new joie de vivre, a whole new lust for life. In the present, though, however, you have the Seven of Pentacles. In the Thoth deck, the Seven of Pentacles is more of a card of fear than a card of failure. See, here in the Thoth deck, the card is actually called Failure. Let me pull it up for you so you can see it a little closer. You can see the card is actually called Failure, but what it represents in the Thoth deck is the fear of failure. So this deck is very much all about what you think about, you bring about, and for some reason, while you had a new sense of energy in the past, right now you're in this space of, sorry, I shook the camera. Right now you're in this space of just really being afraid for yourself in terms of like security issues, financially, emotionally, anything that makes you feel secure, you're really worrying about. The Seven of Coins, the Seven of Discs in the Thoth deck is a warning not to let your fears get the better of you. Very important that you do that. It's not an actual ruin card or failure card. It's a total fear of failure card. So we'll pull clarifiers in a little bit on that. But moving into the near future, you have the Five of Discs, Virgo. Okay, so that's still more worry, but it's alleviating, right? It's going down. You've got it's going from the 7 to the 5. So the 5 is that worried state. So you are going to be able to pull yourself out of this extreme tension that you're in right now, that you're feeling right now. It's going to alleviate in the future. Let's see what your advice is. Your advice is, you got 2 cards in the advice position. You got the World, or the Universe, in the top deck, and Victory, the 6 of Wands. So really interesting cards connecting back to that Ace of Wands in the recent past for you, Virgo. Couple of things here with this Universe card. As you can see in the universe, I'm going to hold it up as close as I can. See the 4 creatures on the corners of the cards. They're breathing steam. That means that you've brought something to life. You're alive. You're breathing. That's why I'm saying it kind of ties in nicely with that Ace of Wands, which is a whole new energy, a new will. The Ace is unformed, though, right? So the Ace is just an Ace. It's its energy that's just not shaped, not formed, not controlled. It's just wild, untethered energy. Your advice here is, with the World and the Universe, is to bring something to a conclusion so you can start something new again. This is going to bring you that sense of vitality again, that new sense that you're coming alive. This is also telling you, looking at the 7 of Coins and the 5 of Discs, is to look at things from that larger perspective that we were talking about. Oh, sorry, that was actually the Moon card that we were talking about. Take time to breathe out. Because if you turn the card around on its side, this Universe card, it becomes an eye. And so it's like seeing the whole universe, or having the whole universe within your eye, being able to see the big picture, being able to see all of creation, knowing that we have all of the universe within ourselves. It's a really profound card, but primarily when we're looking at this in the advice position, it's a bring things to an end so that you can start something new, because it's the ending of a phase, a successful completion of a cycle, so that you can start something new again. Sometimes it also means travel, or it means long distance communications. So perhaps you need to travel, get out a bit, just change your perspective a little bit, take a little road trip, a day trip, an hour, go take a walk, even go walk in the park, go to a park that you don't normally go to, sit under a tree, just move around a little bit. That could be very helpful for you. Long distance communications as well with this card. If you have relatives in other countries, reach out to them. If you have friends in other countries or friends far away, reach out. Long distance communications will probably serve you well at this time. You also have the 6 of Wands in the advice position, Virgo. This is saying to move forward with confidence. Okay, this is you owning your power. This is you recognizing the battles that you've been through and knowing that you have been successful up until this point, and you will be successful moving forward as well, right? So this is the 6 of Wands, is really like a time to appreciate all that you've been through, all that you've done, and move forward with your head held high. Okay, make sure that when you present yourself in the world, you present yourself with confidence, and that sense of achievement and victory that you have achieved up until this point. That 7 and the 5, those are worry cards. Those really are fear of failure cards. So if you're going through that imposter feeling as well, try to let go of that fear. I know we talk about fake it till you make it kind of energy, and sometimes, if you look up imposter syndrome and research what that means, you'll see that people who are very successful are the ones who always go through that imposter syndrome feeling, because the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. And really only highly intelligent people are self-aware in that way. And Virgo is a sign of high intelligence, so you may be feeling that imposter syndrome right now. Know that because you're feeling that, it's almost like it says the opposite about you, basically. It says that you're very capable if you're feeling those feelings. In the external to you, so these are energies that you are not in control of. You have the Knight of Wands, the Fool, and the Sun. All right, Virgo. So coming in for you is, again, the ending of something new and the ending of something old and the starting of something new, right? With the Fool card. The Fool, the universe going into the Fool, it's the classic cycle. It's brilliant. So we see this regeneration, this rebirth. Because it's coupled with the Sun, I'm really feeling it's almost as if you're getting younger. It's a getting younger kind of energy. The Sun being lots of healing, lots of vitality, again coming in with that Ace of Wands. Also the Knight of Wands here in this deck, in the Thoth deck. I'm going to again bring him up so that you can see closer. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but if you look at the Knight of Wands in this deck, his armor, and the Knight of Wands in the Thoth deck is the King of Wands. So you can see that the armor that the king is wearing is reptilian. It's like lizard skin, which is, fire, and it's salamander. Sorry, so that's symbolizing again that salamander fire element of rebirth and regeneration. The Knight of Wands also, he's wearing armor, so he's going into battle, right? This is saying that the energy of fire, this willful, strong energy, is what you will be doing battle, what will be doing battle for you, actually. So you may also have somebody helping you out right now in the external that is this King of Wands energy, this very fiery energy. You can see he's also holding the Ace of Wands in his hand, the king, which is relating back again to the Ace of Wands that you have in the recent past, Virgo. But the thing about the King of Wands is that he's a 2. So the king is where we kind of start to take that unbridled energy that we had in the Ace of Wands. He's taking that Ace of Wands and he's forming it. He's structuring it. He's going into battle with it. He's using it to his advantage. So really good, strong energies for you in the external, Virgo. This is a new beginning for you. This is also the indication that you may have some really positive opportunities for teamwork coming in for you at some point in the near future. This is the external to you. If you're not currently in a situation where you feel that you're a part of a team, that could be coming in very soon for you. The Sun always talks about teamwork as well, successful teamwork. Okay, now these are the energies that are not helpful to you. I switched this spread around a little bit just to get a little more perspective. So in the energies that are not helpful for you right now, Virgo, we have the Empress and the Eight of Cups. So the Empress in the Thoth deck is a really interesting card because we talk about the Empress as being a card of manifestation and creation and growth. But in the Thoth deck, the warning with the Empress is that you can get too caught up in the dazzling little illusion minutia of your manifestation. So you could be too focused on creating little details in your manifestations that are not relevant. You're not considering what is important or the bigger picture. So say you're trying to bring in love, you're focusing too much on the exact details of the person that you want to bring into your life, like down to like freckles and you know, they like to wear black nail polish, you know, details that are just a little too fanciful, too detailed, too minute, instead of focusing on the overall feeling of love that you would like to bring into your life. Same goes with career. You know, if you're trying to bring in a new career opportunity for yourself, you could be focused too much on minutia, on small details, instead of the overall sense of what it is that you're trying to bring in: camaraderie, leadership skills, more money. Instead of like saying how much more money, you know what I mean? Like just leave it open, kind of thing. So the energies that are not helpful for you are focusing too much. And this Eight of Cups energy here, which I think is talking about the tendency to want to run away from your current situation and not face reality a little bit. So that energy right now, I mean, when I look at these two cards together, that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. And you may be getting, you know, a different interpretation on what's not helpful for you with these two cards. I know that, you know, most people that watch tarot videos are readers themselves or intuitives themselves. So whatever it's saying to you, go with it. To me, it's saying a tendency to want to run away and kind of put your head in the sand right now is not going to be helpful for you. You need to keep your head held high with that Six of Wands and move forward with confidence. What is helpful for you right now, the energy, well, there you go. The energy that is helpful for you is the Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands, of course, she walks forward with complete confidence. She's very attractive. She knows she's attractive. She's very appealing. She's strong-minded. She's fiery. And we have these fiery elements: the Ace of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. We have the divine counterpart. So, you know, again, I don't like to focus on love, but for some of you Virgos, I'm getting you may be meeting, if you're single, you may be meeting a divine counterpart right now, a karmic relationship, perhaps a twin flame relationship. I'm not that big on the whole twin flame thing, but you will be meeting somebody who fits you very well, as a good match for you. And for others of you in work, this could be moving into a, you know, if you're looking more career or relationships, could be moving into just a good situation that is really highlights your skills and your abilities. And for those of you in relationships, it might, you know, I am getting relationships. The Queen of Wands is very attractive, very physically attractive, very sure of herself and her prowess, shall we say, her abilities, her romantic abilities, let's say. So you may be experiencing a resurgence in that area, increased libido, increased desire, all of that's very good. Own it, definitely own it, okay? At the bottom of the deck, when I pulled this spread, you have the Eight of Discs. Eight of Discs. Couple things with this Eight of Discs, saying, you know, as a craftsperson, as in work, in career, you're very skilled at what you do and you're a hard worker, okay? But the Eight of Discs also talking about the need to set boundaries. So in the top deck, this is also a boundaries card. You can see here kind of like the flowers here, how they have their leaves kind of protecting them. So the Eight of Discs is saying that it's okay to say no sometimes. It's okay to set your boundaries. And you don't have to, also I'm getting intuitively, you don't have to let everybody know what you're thinking all the time. It's okay to keep some things to yourself, Virgo, okay? All right, so I'm just gonna pull some quick clarifiers. We'll use this deck. This is the Gateway to the Divine Tarot deck by Ciro Marchetti or Ciro Marchetti. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that name. I know that's terrible. I should know how to pronounce it, but I don't. I sound like such an American. let's see what we get. Let's see if we get a little bit of clarification just for fun. I don't want to spend too much time on clarification, but thank you, Spirit. Why the Ace of Wands? Why the Ace of Wands? Seven of Cups, cutting through confusion, and the Four of Wands coming in for you. Seven of Cups, Four of Wands, clarifying that Ace. So in the recent past, you were able to cut through some confusion. You were able to single out maybe a new direction that you want to go in. Also, the Four of Wands talks about celebrations, parties, good friends, spending time with friends. Also talks about kind of the end of, also almost like the world. It's like a mini world card, a mini universe card. It's the end of a smaller cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. So sometimes I talk about it as like graduating high school, beginning college. Yes, you can celebrate the fact that you graduated high school, but now you're starting college. So you have a whole new goal in front of you, right? Or getting married. Yes, wonderful, you got married. Now you have to live that married life, right? It's a whole new adventure. So it's like a stepping stone. It's reaching a milestone, but knowing that you have more to go. And that could be, part of that renewed sense of vitality that you're feeling because you achieved that milestone. And you have many options in front of you with that Seven of Cups, lots of options, ways that you can move forward. Why the Seven of Discs, Spirit? Why the Seven of Discs, please? The Two of Swords. Yeah, so the Two of Swords clarifying that Seven of Discs, just a little bit of indecision, unsure of where to go, a little bit of burying your head in the sand kind of energy, right? Unwilling to make a decision. Why the Two of Swords? Why unwilling to make a decision, Spirit? Why? The King of Cups. For some of you, this is about something close to your heart. You don't know. It's a goal. It's like the search for the Holy Grail. You're not sure in which direction to go. For some of you, it's a disappointment with a relationship with a partner. The Four of Cups coming in to clarify that as well. So it's just a bit of divine discontent there. Unsure, not sure which direction to move in. And because you are unsure of which direction to move in, it's creating a sense of insecurity. It's creating a sense of worry for you. As I drop all these cards, just give me 1 minute, please, to pick them up. And the Six of Wands popped out for you in these cards that fell over. I mean, really, you kind of just can't make this stuff up. I'm going to put these cards back because they fell out. But what fell out, I'll just tell you, is the Ace of Swords, being able to be clear and make a decision. The Nine of Swords, inability to make a decision, right? Worries, sleepless nights. The Six of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune moving forward. So really interesting cards there as we talk about all these options in front of you and not knowing, just feeling confused as to which way to go. Okay, let's look at the near future. The near future. Why the Five of Discs? A little bit less worry, so that's good, but why the Five of Discs, Spirit, please? The Page of Swords. And the King of Wands again. All right, so for some of you, this is your fears, your worries will be allayed a bit, lessened a bit by some information that you are able to find out. Now, the Page of Swords, lots of times we talk about the Page of Swords as being a card of information gathering. So in the negative, we can talk about it as spying. You may have gotten, or you may be getting some information about the King of Wands in your life. And I am getting the King of Wands in that scenario as somebody external to you. It could be that King of Wands in the external. That I'm getting that it's kind of this. I'm not really getting it's the same person, but for some of you it may be, right? So you may find out some information about a partner that kind of actually helps lessen your fears a little bit, but still has you worried, right? All right, we also got the Hierophant, Faith, coming in, clarifying that. Let's see, why the Hierophant? Why the Hierophant? Three of Discs. Okay, so for getting the Three of Discs on the Hierophant, for some of you this is a work situation. You're worried about a group situation. Hierophant can be institutions, corporations, larger things like that. So for some of you, it could be a boss, information, something that a boss tells you that has you a little bit worried. So it's coming in multiple ways. This is a general reading, as I said. Take it how it resonates for your specific situation. For some of you, you're worried about a boss in the near future, or you're worried about some information that you receive. For some of you, you're worried about a romantic partner, information that you receive. I'm kind of curious. I want to know what the... so we have for your advice, we have the World and the... So it's, your advice is to bring something to an end here and to move forward with confidence. Yeah, and also getting the King of Swords. So the advice here, okay, why the King of Swords? Why the World, the Six of Wands, and the King of Swords? Why? Please clarify the advice. The Two of Discs. All right, so things are changing for you, Virgo. So it's definitely in your best interest to bring things to conclusion. Now that's not saying necessarily that if you are in a relationship that you need to break up with your relationship. That's not necessarily what we're getting here. Because I have this I have the King of Swords telling me that you should be using your head. You should be communicating clearly, okay? Very important that you communicate clearly, that you use your intellect, but take action. Again, we have, going back to the Moonology card that we pulled earlier, it's time to take action. That's the King of Swords using his head, but because he's a king, he's going to take action. He's not going to sit there and ruminate about things in his head. He's actually going to move forward. We have the Two of Discs here telling you that it's time for you to change something up, right? That's your advice. Anything else here? The Fool. So again, the Fool, again, the Fool. Okay, it's time. It's just time for you to start something new. Any clarifiers on the external? Anything to help us understand that Knight of Wands in the external, please, Spirit? Knight of Wands in the external. So when I start to get, repeating cards, I know that the message has been said already, and there's no reason. Okay, clarifying, there's no reason to just rehash it and repeat myself a million times, which I tend to do, so sorry. These go a little long, right? Okay, so the Knight of Wands, clarifying the external positions, we got the Lovers and the Chariot for you. So definitely the Lovers, that decision that needs to be made so that you can move forward in victory. Because it's time. It's time to move forward, and it's time to make that clear decision, whatever that means for you. As I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to break up or leave the situation that you're in. It does, however, mean that you need to communicate clearly what is important to you, what you need for things to work well for you so that you can move forward in victory. Cancer is screaming out to me. You may be dealing with somebody who is a Cancer, and if that's the case, then Cancers tend to get, no offense to Cancers, my mother is a Cancer. I'm familiar with the Cancer energy, but Cancer energy can sometimes become a little too woe is me in a way, or too sensitive. That's why you're going to have that King of Swords energy. You need to be very clear when you communicate, okay? Make sure that there is no misunderstanding. Energies that are not helpful for you right now. Why the Empress and the Eight of Cups, please? The Ten of Swords. Okay, so yeah, so feeling like everyone is against you and you need to run away. It's not a helpful energy right now for you. Okay, anything else, Spirit, on energies that are not helpful right now? No playing the victim, basically. Okay, no playing the victim right now. Anything else? Ten of Coins. You know, the Ten of Coins has popped out for me a number of times, but I don't see that as an energy that's not helpful. It wanted to come out for the external energy, and it's just coming out again. So that's interesting. So I'm going to put it here. We're going to see how that plays out. Let me get some clarifiers on the Queen of Wands, please. I mean, the Ten of Coins, that's a great card to get, right? I mean, that just says that good things are coming in for you. If we're talking career, this is, you know, career advancement, more money, a raise, recognition. But it's just also an overall sense of stability within relationships and within finances. Anything that makes you feel secure and stable, and you'll be moving into that kind of energy over the next few weeks. Why the Queen of Wands, Spirit? Why the Queen of Wands? The Seven of Wands. Okay, so energies that are helpful for you are the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Wands. That's telling me that this is a time for you to really stand up for yourself. The Seven of Wands is the defender. The Seven of Wands stands up for themselves and for others. And so this is a time when you may be called upon to either stand up for yourself, or, you know, you may be called to defend someone else as well, or defend a position, defend an ideology. The devil as a helpful energy, where you may be, you know, breaking free of bonds right now. Why the devil? Why the devil? How is the devil a helpful energy right now? It could be a Capricorn coming in to help you. But I don't generally like to go with, you know, oh, this is a person with their astrological sign. I prefer to look at the energy and understand how that could be helpful for you. So energy that is helpful, you know, if we're looking at the devil as an energy that's helpful right now, I would say that this is telling you to break free of any self-limiting beliefs that you may have, anything that makes you feel less than, anything that makes you feel tied and bound to a belief system or to a physical place. You know, even that going back to the world as an advice card and what to do. I'm feeling like if you're feeling tied and bound, you've been stuck in the house too long, really go take a walk, go somewhere else, go to a lake, and, you know, go to the park, watch the birds, just do something that physically takes you to a different space. Got the Nine of Cups popping out for you. Wish fulfillment, complete satisfaction, attainment of desires and goals coming in for you, Virgo. Okay, it's important for you to keep that in mind as you move forward over the next few weeks. Okay, now it looks like, you know, it's not the easiest, starting something new, moving into a new phase of life, ending an old cycle, starting anew, lots of anxiety, lots of worry around that. But look, you've got a lot of positive energies coming in for you, and those energies in the external, you know, the King of Wands, the Sun, and the Fool, really strong energy. It's just divinely orchestrated. It's timing for you right now, Virgo, okay? This is the time for you to take action and to move forward. All right, I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you. We're going to end this with 2 oracle cards. I'm going to pull an oracle card from you from the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. Let's see what Nature's Whispers has to say. What advice do you have for Virgo, please? What advice do you have for Virgo, please? All right, Virgo, you got Amplify your positive emotions. I love this card. I really do. I'm going to hold it up closer to the camera so you can see it a little bit, and then I'm going to put it down so I can read it. But look how beautiful. You know, she's in the pond. I said go to a lake. And there she is in a lake making ripples in the water. It's a number 7. Harking back to that 7 of Wands that we just pulled. But let me find the book here. I like the book on this deck because the descriptions of the cards are really short and very astute. They're beautiful. Okay, amplify your positive emotions. There is a ripple effect of energy flowing from you. Be positive. Simply staying happy and sending that happiness out from your heart will benefit those around you. As you adjust your motives and attitudes, this energy flows from you in concentric circles, affecting all of your desires and beliefs. There is a chance to bring good fortune and influence to all of the events in your life. As circles also represent cycles, know that you are continually going in and out of cycles, growing and changing. With every ending comes a new beginning. Trust that the positive energy you radiate will attract what you wish for. There you go. That's that World card, the 9 of Cups that we got, the 10 of Coins that I was like, these cards are just popping out for me. So, if you want to rewind that and listen to it again, it's perfect. Perfect card. Okay, I'm going to also pull out one more card for you from the Blue Messiah Oracle deck. I like this Oracle deck. It pulls us out even further. So that Nature's Whispers Oracle deck always sums up pretty nicely the spread for me. It always kind of really just brings it all, ties everything together. This Blue Messiah Oracle deck will pull us out even further, give us other energies to be aware of and other energies that are helpful for us at this time. And you got Energetic Shield, Virgo. Okay, I think another sign recently got Energetic Shield as well. It's a really good card. It's pretty profound. Let me get it. Let me read it out to you. Again, another number 7. So we have 2 7s here. Really interesting. Really interesting there. Now we got, that's the Chariot card. I'll put that back. I thought that was my 10 of Discs card, but there it is. Okay. Energetic Shield. I'm just messing. Too many cards on the table there. All right. Energetic Shield. When we send love in response to hate, we become spiritual alchemists. That's a quote from Wayne Dyer. All right. It can be easy to pick up the energy of others when you are sensitive and empathic by nature. And Virgos, we know Virgos are one of the most intuitive signs in the zodiac, I think. So sometimes this energy can be quite exhausting and draining to your own energetic body. If you are sensing and picking up energy from another that holds ill intention towards you, send them love. When you send love in response to hate, anger, jealousy, envy, and more, you transmute the energy thrown at you into love. It is through the power of unconditional love that miracles occur. Remember, behind every act of fear lives an inner child in need of love. Responding with love does not feed the flames of rage and other low vibrational states. Instead, it extinguishes this energy and heals the situation with peace and understanding. By reacting, responding, and getting caught up in the lower vibrational energy of others, you unconsciously allow their energy to have power and grow within you. This creates disharmony and blocks that, if left unresolved, can attract further undesirable emotional scenarios. Only through the authentic expression of unconditional love is healing achieved. If you respond with the mind and only wear the mask of peace and love, the emotional, lower vibrational energy will continue to resurface over and over again. As the saying goes, what you resist will continue to persist. So the path of least resistance is indeed the path of unconditional love. This card is connected to the heart chakra. Your exercise is to visualize a bubble of love surrounding those who come from a place of fear and send them loving thoughts every day. Your affirmation is, I am cultivating universal compassion and infinite love for all beings. Very interesting. So, you know, in the energies that were not helpful, you got the Empress and the Eight of Cups. So maybe I need to reassess that interpretation that I had earlier and say that maybe what energies are not helpful is that you're getting too caught up in any kind of negative energy being thrown your way, that Eight of Cups, and your advice, as this card was saying, is to approach everyone you meet from a place of love. And I know that is so hard to do. Trust me, I get it. I know it's really hard, but this is just popping into my mind. I read an article many years ago with the female CEO of some company, and she said that her father, the best advice she ever got was that her father told her to always walk into a room assuming that everyone has her best interests at heart. She said when you go into a room, when you go into a negotiation, when you go into any kind of situation believing that everyone has your best interests at heart, you speak from a different place. You exude that energy of love, of compromise, of cooperation, and people react to you in kind. So very interesting energy right there. I think Taurus also got that card. Taurus is the card that got that same message. Okay, Virgo. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you found this helpful. Take it as testimony if any of it resonates with you. While we're talking at the end of the reading, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I guess hit that reminder bell if you want to know when I upload a new video. I'll try to do those more consistently. And leave a comment for me if you have anything, any insights or anything you'd like to share. All right, Virgo, until next time, many blessings to you. Have a good one.